and welcome to Physics Flash! Physics Flash! Da-dum-dum! And this series we will be looking at Formulae. In this episode we will be looking at speed, distance and time. Speed equals distance divided by time. The most commonly used units for distance are meters, time in seconds and speed in meters per second. In this episode, we will be looking at acceleration, change in velocity and time taken. Acceleration is how quickly the velocity is changing. This will be demonstrated by Big Bertha. Now decelerate back. Hold up formula. Acceleration equals change in velocity divided by time taken. The units used for velocity are meters per second. Time taken is in seconds, and acceleration, remember this or die, is meters per second squared. In this episode, we will be looking at weight, mass, and gravitational field strength. This will be demonstrated by Big Bertha and Mini Bertha. Big Bertha represents mass, and Mini Bertha represents gravitational field strength. The gravity on Earth is 10 newtons. Now demonstrate. However, the gravity on the Moon is only 1.6 newtons. Now demonstrate. Weight equals mass times gravitational field strength. Weight is measured in newtons. Mass is measured in kilograms, and gravitational field strength is measured in newtons per kilogram. In this episode, we will be looking at resultant force, mass, and acceleration. Resultant force is when three different forces combine. These different forces could be
thrust, gravity, and drag.
Then these forces combine. Big Bertha, hold up formula. Resultant force equals mass times acceleration. The units for acceleration are meters per second squared, the units for mass is kilograms, and the unit for the resultant force is newtons. In this episode, we will be looking at work done, force and distance. Work done is just simply energy transferred. This will be demonstrated by Mini Bertha and Bert. Transfer some energy. Ooh. Big Bertha, please hold up formula. Work done equals force times distance. The units for distance is meters. The units for force are newtons. And the units for work done are joules. In this episode, we will be looking at kinetic energy, mass and velocity. Kinetic energy is just movement. Kinetic energy equals half times mass times velocity squared. Big Bertha, please hold up formula. The units for kinetic energy are joules, the units for mass are kilograms, and the units for velocity are meters per second. In this episode, we will be looking at momentum, mass and velocity. When an object has a small mass and is travelling at a small velocity, it has a small momentum. This will now be shown by Mini Bertha and Big Bertha.
Ow.
However, when an object has a large mass and is travelling at a large velocity, it has a larger momentum. This will now be shown by Mini Bertha, Big Bertha, and our special guest star, Ethel. Big Bertha, hold up formula. Momentum equals mass times velocity. The units for mass are kilograms, the units for velocity is meters per second, and the units for momentum is kilograms meters per second. In this episode, we will be looking at force acting, change momentum, and the time taken for this change to happen. When there is a large momentum, such as in a car crash, with a small time taken, then there will be a large force acting. This will now be demonstrated by Mini Bertha and special guest star once again, Ethel. Oh dear. Big Bertha, please hold out formula. Force acting equals the change in momentum divided by the time taken for this change to happen. The units for force acting are newtons, the units for the change in momentum are kilograms meters per second, and the units for time taken are seconds. In this episode, we will be looking at resistance, potential difference and current. Potential difference is basically voltage. Resistance has to resist the voltage and current. This will now be shown by Bert Senior, special guest star Ethel and Mini Bertha. Ethel is playing current and Mini Bertha is being the voltage. Let's demonstrate. Big Bertha, please show formula. Resistance equals voltage divided by current. The units for resistance is ohms, the units for voltage is volts, and the units for current is amps. In this episode, we will be looking at frequency. In an oscilloscope, when the frequency is at a DC supply, it's a straight line. However, when it's an AC supply, it has a wavy line. Big Bertha, please hold up formula. Frequency equals 1 divided by the time period. The units for frequency is hertz, and the units for the time period is in seconds. In this episode, we will be looking at energy, power and time. Energy equals power times time. Bert Senior will be playing energy, special guest star Ethel will be playing power, and Big Bertha will be playing time. Now demonstrate. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick.
Wow!
Big Bertha, please hold up formula. The units for energy are joules. The units for power are watts, and the units for time are seconds. In this episode, we will be looking at power, voltage and current. Power equals voltage times current. Bert Senior will be playing power, special guest star Ethel will be playing current, and Mini Bertha will be playing voltage. Now demonstrate.
Power!
Oh! Big Bertha, please hold up formula. The units for power are watts, the units for voltage is volts, and the units for current is amps. In this episode, we'll be looking at charge, current and time. Total charge equals current times time. Bert Senior will be playing time, special guest star Ethel will be playing current, and Big Bertha will be playing charge. Now demonstrate. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Big Bertha, please show formula. The units for total charge is coulombs, the units for time is seconds, and the units for current is amps. In this episode, we will be looking at energy transformed, charge and potential difference. Remember, potential difference is basically just voltage. Energy transformed equals charge times voltage. In this demonstration, Bert will be playing the energy that is transformed. Big Bertha will be playing charge and Mini Bertha will be playing voltage. Now demonstrate. Big Bertha, please hold up formula. The units for energy transformed is joules. The units for charge is coulombs, and the units for the voltage or potential difference is volts.
You have been watching Physics Flash. Please put your hands together for Bert! Bert Senior! Special guest star Ethel!